JFK airport. I literally just roamed around the entire airport trying to find somewhere quiet that I could vlog. I don't mind vlogging around people, but it just needs to be quiet so that I can talk to you guys and you guys can hear me. But anyways, it's 3:45. You guys saw I just ran up to the lounge super quick to fill up my water bottle and get a Diet Coke. You can go in and out of the lounge, so that's kind of my plan. I typically check the lounge to see what food options they have first before like buying food. It was like a seafood paella rice dish, and then also some kind of curry chicken, which is not a great option in terms of like my stomach while traveling. So I think I'm gonna end up just buying something. But I wanted to share with you guys a little what's in my carry-on when I travel. So when I travel, I bring my Baggu. This is the medium crescent bag, and I love it. It's perfect for travel. I do also love a little like crossbody bag. Vlogging, I just need something a little bit bigger to hold my camera. And then I also mentioned this earlier, but I have this Lululemon backpack. I don't know the name of it, but I will put it down below if I can find it. But let's start with my purse first. I obviously just wear this like crossbody when I'm traveling. That being said, I don't think it's necessary to bring a purse and a backpack. I definitely think you can just get by with a tote, but because I bring like my laptop and my iPad and stuff and all my filming stuff, I just end up bringing a backpack as well. But by no means is it necessary. Do whatever is best for you when you're traveling. First, let's do what's in my little purse. The Baggu bag is great because it has a open compartment and then 2 zippered compartments. So what I do is I put anything I need to grab, like a passport, a wallet, boarding pass, in the open compartment so they're easy to grab, and then everything else like my keys, my sunglasses go in the zippered pockets. That way I'm not like fumbling around for stuff when I'm going through security. First thing I have is my Awala. I bring a smaller Awala when I'm going somewhere that I'm walking a lot, New York City, Toronto, any like kind of big city, because this is a lot easier to carry around than like my big 32-ounce one. And when I'm done drinking this, I can just like easily ask at a restaurant or a coffee shop for them to fill it up. But when we go to like Disney or anywhere else, we usually bring the bigger water bottles. But I just figured this is a little bit lighter to have in my bag, and the Baggu Crescent bag fits so much in it, but I still just like a bit of a smaller water bottle when I'm traveling. So this is just the kids one. It's the 12-ounce. Just got my sunglasses. I always bring my passport even if I'm traveling domestically, because I'm just like scared, like what if something's wrong with my driver's license? So I always bring my passport, and then I just have my little mini wallet. This is the Disney Coach collection. We've got a boarding pass, gum, and then my small AirPods. And then on the side I just have my keys. And then I also always carry my Birdie around with me, which is like a women's, or it's not a women's safety alarm, it's just like a safety alarm that you can put on your keys. But especially when I'm solo traveling, I like to have this. You just pull this top part out and it starts like a big siren with lights. So I always have this when I'm traveling alone or just like anywhere in general. It's not 1 chapstick, not 2 chapsticks, but 3 chapsticks at all times. And then I usually just have a little bit of cash on me just in case I need to tip. So that's everything in my purse. Then in the backpack, essentials. Okay, I always carry an empty envelope when I'm traveling for either job, because I expense my trips with my corporate job, and then for YouTube I can write them off of my taxes. So I always have an empty envelope so I can put all my receipts in them so that none of them get lost. I've got my MacBook and then my iPad, and then let's see what's in these. I think if I wait for everyone to stop talking overhead, I'm never gonna get this done. So we're just gonna roll with it. Snacks, hand cream, AirPod Maxes, book sleeve. This has my Kindle in it, and also my current physical book. Got all my tech stuff in here. I like it in a clear container so I can see and make sure that I have everything. So for example, I have like my SD card dongle, external hard drive, extra chargers, my Oura Ring charger, my portable charger, and then I have one of these little mats that folds out here. I can show you guys. It's actually new. Brianna inspired me to get it, but it's like this little mat that folds out and you can charge all your Apple devices. It just takes up a lot less room than a cord, so I'm excited to try that out. No matter where I go, I always bring a reusable bag, because like what if I do some thrifting when I'm in Toronto, you know? What if I don't know, reusable bag. You just never know when you're gonna need it. A claw clip. And then this is just kind of like my travel essentials bag. So this has anxiety medication for my PTSD, because we all know me in airports, we don't get along. I always bring electrolytes, usually a few kinds. COVID tests. I know that some people are gonna say this is not necessary, but I still test before I get on a flight and before I get on a flight home, just to be sure and safe and not spread germs. Mini deodorant. Peppermint tea, this is my favorite. It's also really soothing on my stomach, and I don't know, sometimes you can only get hot water at hotels, not tea, so I always make sure to bring my own tea. My probiotics, these are shelf stable, but please make sure you check before taking your probiotics out of the fridge. Mine are good either in the fridge or on the shelf, but I know some of them aren't, so make sure you check before just like packing them in a little container. Imodium, if you get it, you get it. Allergy medication since it's spring. Purell, which I'm actually gonna move this over to my purse. This is like a little bathroom odor spray. If you know, you know. And then I also just have some full-size band-aids for like blisters and stuff. And typically this will go into my purse during the day on trips, and even at home I keep this in my purse at all times. But when I'm at the airport and stuff, I can just stick it in my backpack because it's right there with me. But then like tomorrow during the day, this will go into my baggie, because the baggie is like a Mary Poppins bag. You can put so much in it. Okay, then we're moving on to this little front sleeve here. I'm shocked that no one has tried to come sit next to me. Like, I'm truly baffled. I've got some eye patches and just some like Clorox wipes so I can wipe down the seat and tray when I get onto the plane. So that's everything that is in my carry-on. And it's only 4 o'clock. I actually got here quicker than I thought, but it was my first time. Well, actually no, Matt and I did fly to Florida the week after we moved in, but it was just like my, you know, we've only driven to the airport once from the new house, so I wanted to just like take my time. And especially with vlogging, I just want to give myself ample time. I hate being stressed at the airport because I'm already such an anxious flyer with my PTSD. So anyways, it's 4 o'clock. I think that our flight boards at 5:10. So I have time. I am personally an airport walker. I can't sit still at the airport, so I'm probably gonna go do some laps, even though it's not a very big airport at all, and maybe just listen to like a podcast or something. I have all my shows downloaded, podcast episodes, etc. I've already had one water in the lounge, and then I just filled up a second one, and I'm not super hungry yet. But maybe I'll walk back and look at the sandwiches. They didn't look super good. The Bottega downtown is like fresh sandwiches, like you can make your own sandwich. So that's kind of what I thought it was gonna be, kind of like a little Subway situation. But it was in fact pre-made sandwiches, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. So we'll see. Like airport snacks. Hello, I'm still here. I think I'm gonna go walk around for a little bit and hopefully grab some food, but that's kind of everything that's in my bag. And yeah, I kind of don't want to leave this spot because it's so quiet. I'm like all the way at the end. It's really nice and quiet here, and I really don't want to move. So I might just hang here for a sec. I kind of want to film the what's in my airport bag for like a little TikTok. I think that could be super fun. So maybe I'll do that as well. But that's kind of everything that I bring with me. It doesn't really ever change. And yeah, so I guess I'll catch you guys in a bit. Gotta give Sony credit where credit is due, because with Canon I could never film with a window behind me. This is amazing lighting, honestly. I can't stop looking at the viewfinder because I'm like, wait, this lighting is so good. It's currently 5 o'clock. Our flight board is in 10 minutes, but there's like 5 people at our gate, so I'm wondering if it's gonna be like a super empty flight. Anyways, I was walking around and then I forgot I also have a priority pass, which I highly recommend if you're not loyal to one airline, because typically if you get a credit card with an airline, you will use their lounge, like Air Canada. But with Priority Pass, it's good if you use different airlines, maybe for work, or you just kind of book what's cheapest, because it isn't affiliated with a specific airline. It's typically just affiliated with credit cards like the Visa Infinite Privilege. And then also if you have the Neo credit card and you have the travel, like I pay $5 a month for their travel rewards, I also get access to that lounge. And the food is a lot better, at least in Ottawa. The Air Canada lounge has really good food in Toronto. In Ottawa, the Priority Pass Lounge is way better. I had a glass of wine, which I know like I'm gonna get dehydrated, but there's just like something about having wine before you get on a flight. It's just kind of nice. I was reading with my glass of wine. It was a vibe. I find their food really fresh. I had some pasta and then some beef stew and then this little lentil salad. And of course a Nanaimo bar, like how Canadian of me. But I just stayed in there for about an hour and I edited some content on my phone. And now I am just once again like hiding in a little corner so I can film, but I wanted to come on and update you guys that if you guys aren't loyal to an airline, I highly recommend checking out a lounge that isn't affiliated with an airline, because then you can use it. Because let's say I was flying West, so when I flew to Iqaluit last year for work, I was flying the Canadian North airline, or Canada North, which is like the Arctic airline.
Your attention, please. This is the final boarding call.
Even though I have like an Air Canada affiliation, like a status with their airline, I couldn't use their lounge because I wasn't flying Air Canada. So anyways, just a little tip: if you want to use an airport lounge but you don't have loyalty to an airline, look into something like Priority Pass. I'm not sure what they're called in the States, or maybe there are some in the States as well. It's nice to have the options, especially here where there's only 2 lounges, and the Air Canada food, just I couldn't really eat it because it was seafood. So anyways, that's the update. I'm genuinely so impressed with the quality of this camera for how like many windows are behind me and how bright it is still outside. I'm so impressed. I love this camera so much. But I'm just waiting for boarding, and I think I'm honestly maybe gonna take a nap. I'm definitely like an airport napper. I am definitely a plane sleeper. Like the plane has not even taken off yet and I am KO'd. I can sleep anywhere, any flight. So I might take a nap. I don't know, we'll see. Next time I talk to you guys, we will be in Toronto. I'm so excited. Hello, we have clearly made it to Toronto. I'm so excited to be here. I checked in, got into my room, and I'm about to head downstairs and eat dinner. And I've mentioned this, I don't know if I mentioned it in this vlog because we had a little bit of a situation, which I'll explain that first. But long story short, I was filming on my big camera at the start of this vlog. There's a whole segment you guys are not seeing. I basically, beginning to end, wanted to film my travel day, like my packing and all that stuff. So I was filming on my big camera on this memory card, and I took it out of my camera. Thank goodness I put a new memory card in this camera. And so anyways, it's weird because normally if I have a corrupted memory card, it just won't film at all, but it let me film on it, which is the most annoying part. When I was leaving for the airport, I stuck this in like my SD card, like safety little case. It wasn't just like this out and about. Anyways, I went to go plug this in and it wasn't reading. And so I was like, okay, I'll restart the computer, which it happens sometimes. Like maybe it's just like my dongle, and it really wasn't reading. So then I took this memory card out that I've been filming on my little camera, and it read the USB, imported the footage and everything. So I lost all the footage from when we were home this morning, which like realistically, you guys are still seeing this vlog. It's like not the end of the world. The video is just gonna start when we get to the airport. Obviously, I'm a little bummed about it, but I have to remember I filmed so many travel days and pack and prep with me videos before that it's not the end of the world. And technically, you know, the travel day vlog starting at the airport is not a huge deal, and I'm obviously vlogging a little bit right now too. So anyways, if this video is a little bit on the shorter side, that's why. It's because I lost all the footage of me packing and like my routine at home, like what I do before I leave for the airport. So yeah, but honestly, it could have been so much worse. I could have lost all the footage and I didn't. I'm so grateful I didn't, because I can obviously make do with the footage I have, since most of it I still have. I just don't have the beginning parts. Wasn't really off to the best start, but we're gonna take a deep breath. Everything's fine now, and we're gonna go get dinner. I've mentioned this before. I'm new to my channel. I'm like a pretty independent person. I'm such an introvert. I love going on solo dates and just spending time with myself, but something I've never done is go for dinner alone. I don't know why that scares me, but it does, and I really want to face my fear. So there's a restaurant in the hotel, and I figured that was a good place to start. Like, I didn't have to like leave the hotel. I could just like go downstairs and eat. And the girls, when I was checking in, said the food's really, really good down there. So I think I'm gonna go downstairs and get something to eat. Oh my gosh, it's already 8:40. Holy cow. That was just the like whirlwind that was checking into the hotel and having like a minor panic that I lost some of the footage, but it's gonna be okay. It always works itself out. So let's head downstairs and get some dinner. I think I'm gonna bring my Kindle with me and do some reading. That just kind of sounds nice. That way I'm not just sitting around. Not that there's anything wrong with just like enjoying the ambiance around you, but I feel like I kind of want to read. So I'm gonna bring my Kindle with me and let's go. Giving sleepover vibes, but our travel day has come to an end. I'm really hoping this vlog is like at least a little bit long and that you guys enjoy it still, even though I don't have any of the clips from at home. But I feel like my other travel videos haven't been super long in the past, and you guys are getting 3 vlogs this week, which I feel a little bit better about, or uploading a shorter vlog. But yeah, so this vlog is going up Monday. You guys are watching this. Wednesday will be my solo trip vlog, and then Friday you guys will get, I think it's gonna be Friday, as long as everything goes to plan, you guys will get a home vlog with the countertops and stuff. So really excited about that. But I obviously just got back, changed into my PJs. Sorry about the angle. It's just the only spot that there's lighting. We've got Sully here, and honestly, once again, facing your fears, it wasn't as scary as I thought it was gonna be. I'm very, maybe self-aware is not the right word, but I'm very self-conscious about like what people think of me when I'm out doing things, like what people think of me when they see me talking to a camera, or what people think when they see that I am by myself. And that's something I kind of had to start getting over when I became more independent. But the last thing I really needed to like check off my list was going out for dinner by myself, and like scared that people were gonna judge me in a restaurant. And the reality is like no one cares. Plus, I guess Toronto too is like a city where people travel for work, and you know, it's more common than you think. But I had such a great dinner, and I just brought my Kindle. It was so fun. I know some people, when they go out for dinner by themselves, they wear their AirPods. I didn't, just because they were dead, to be quite honest. But I brought my Kindle, and it was such a fun time. My server was super nice, and there was other people there by themselves too, which made me feel a little bit better. But once again, it's never as, well, sometimes it's as scary as it seems, but it definitely wasn't. And I had the best burger I've had in a long time. I'm not a huge burger person. I really have to be in the mood for a burger. Matt will eat a burger every time he's out at a restaurant, like that's his food. But I have to be in the mood, and everything else, it was kind of one of those like fancier restaurants, if you will. There was a lot of like tartare, steak frit, and a lot of sushi, which I obviously can't eat because I can't eat shellfish. So, and then I think he said because it was like a Sunday evening at like 9:30, they were out of a lot of stuff too, of course. So had the burger. Those were some of the best fries I've ever had in my life. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram too, because I'm going to share all the spots I go to after. I might post it as a YouTube short as well, but obviously because I'm posting this in a little bit more real time, I'm just not going to share kind of like the details of like the restaurant and the hotel I'm staying at, but so good. And then I got the yummiest alcohol-free spritz. So good. I told Matt, I was like, we need to buy this. The server was so lovely, and I asked him, or he asked me how the drink was. I'm a huge spritz lover. If you handed me that, I wouldn't be able to tell. It was so good. I feel like a lot of mocktail options, which you guys know I drink alcohol, but you know, maybe like a Sunday evening or something, I don't want water. I want something fancier, but I don't want alcohol. I like a good mocktail. I find at a lot of restaurants their mocktails are just like juice, whereas here it was like actual, they had like 0 proof liquor. Really yummy. So we took a photo of it, so I'm gonna go online. I texted Matt and he was like, oh my gosh, we should totally get some, that way we can like maybe have like, you know, I don't know, like during the week if we wanted to have a fancy drink, like we like the non-alcoholic beers. So it was so yummy. I kid you not, if you handed me that, I would have thought it was like a regular spritz. It was so good, same bitterness and everything. I was really, really impressed. I'd honestly give that meal like, I'd give it a 9 on 10 because the sauce was seeping out really quick and I don't love that. Like the bun was soggy, but it was divine. But I am gonna film the solo trip vlog, but I also filmed like a little 48 hours in Toronto Instagram reel / like YouTube short for you guys, because I know sometimes the short form content, it's easier to get those recommendations like bing bang boom if it's like a 60-second video compared to like a 20 or 30-minute vlog. So anyways, that was my little travel day. My intro, you guys didn't really miss much. I was just kind of talking about how it sounded like silly because obviously the flight from Ottawa to Toronto is just an hour, but we haven't been to the airport in a really long time, and I feel like the last 6 months have really just been a lot. Like you guys know there's been a lot going on in my personal life with my family, and it just feels nice to like kind of get out and do something for myself. And it sounds really silly to be so excited to come to Toronto and film a travel day vlog for like an hour flight, but I will never lose sight of how lucky I am to be able to travel, whether it be to somewhere that's Toronto, because for some people like in their life that's what they can afford, is going to Toronto. Like I didn't grow up traveling until my biological father like moved to the US. I didn't grow up traveling with my mom and stepdad. Like they just worked so insanely hard to take care of us, and I will never take for granted traveling to even Toronto or Montreal or anything like that. I have been traveling alone since I was about 11 or 12 as an unaccompanied minor, and I can, for me at least, say that the excitement and giddiness of being at the airport has never worn off for me, and that's coming from someone who now travels like for their corporate job and for YouTube as well. It never wears off. I'm someone who like, I love being at the airport. I don't know, I just really like spending travel days with you guys, and like I said, some people might watch this and think it's silly to like film a travel day vlog for an hour flight, but as you guys know, I do have PTSD, and my PTSD trigger is airports, and so filming is really therapeutic for me and helps me stay calm during the process, which is why I do a lot of travel day vlogs like when we go on trips, especially if I'm not with Matt, because it is something that I am kind of forever going to be working on, honestly. And like it feels like I'm on FaceTime with a friend the whole time at the airport, and it really does help keep me calm, with the medication of course. So anyways, yeah, that's a wrap on our travel day. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really excited to share this vlog with you guys, and once again, I'm sorry if it's a little bit on the shorter side, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday for a little solo trip vlog. Bye!